Heyo, Hipper here. So today we are out in the tier 7 German cruiser, the Hipper, the actual Hipper. So don't forget to like, share and of course subscribe if you enjoy this video here. So, the Hipper, one of the more older ships in the game, but still one of the absolute best cruisers, especially if you get a map that's made for this ship, which Shards is. And it's also a perfect spawn for me here, so I am just super happy. It's not that often you get perfect spawn in a perfect ship on a perfect map. But let's just look at my build here, because I'm running an Agile build, as usual, always have, always will. Lucians, Baltimore, Soundwave, and all the usual perks here, nothing new or fancy in any way. On the ship, same thing, double rudder the main thing, the other two you can pretty much choose as you want. 3 sonars, awesome sonars by the way. And I will be making good use of my sonars in this game and usually in every game. 2.1 rudder and 37 knots. So not the fastest cruiser out there, but for hippers, like 37 knots is pretty fast. I mean, most of them are just stock standard at like 31 or whatever it is. So this speed here means that like you're one of the faster cruisers and you're actually able to get in and get into a good position before getting spotted. And I mean, it works the same way as just putting a concealment build on your ship. You're gonna get spotted at around the same time anyway. But with Hipper, you are going to be further into the map, or with an Agile Hipper, you're going to be further into the map. So yeah, that's what I do. So we got a tier 6 lurking around the corner here, and that's not really a problem. But we're going to keep moving in, because there's a destroyer here, and I want to be able to sonar him. Remember, the sonar is 5.6 kilometers, so that means that we're going to have to be quite close, probably on the other side of that outcropping there. So you have to make that decision right now, and there's no battleships over here, at least not yet. So I'm quite safe. This is a tough cruiser, and you need a tough cruiser to pull off something like this. And of course there's going to be torpedoes coming, but we've got the sonar on, and it should be safe. So we're just going to position the island here, so we can't get like incoming salvos from the side. There was one there, but that's the only one they're gonna get. And the Benson is spotted, and that's perfect. And we're chasing him out of the cap. He's got torpedoes incoming. We're just waiting to see where the other set is, so that way we can find, you know, the very nice little hole here between them and just, you know, squeeze in there. So the destroyer is out of the picture now. We have to focus on the New Orleans and get him citadeled out of the game, because he's just annoying. And it's not going to be hard, it's going to be 2 salvos, because I don't want to take my rear around, although I actually changed my mind here and I do it. I was pretty sure I didn't, but anyway, this is also a thing that an Agile cruiser allows you to do. Instead of waiting for your reload, it's actually faster to bring the last 2 guns into action if you really need that extra power, that extra firepower in a pinch, like I did here. So now we need to cap, and if you look at what my destroyer is doing, I have no idea what's going on there, because he's not spotting for me and he's not capping, and he's just sitting right outside the cap. It's not until I've cleaned up the cap then he's like, oh okay, now it's safe. But what's the point then? So anyway, like, we didn't get rid of the destroyer. That was a shame. The destroyer did well, like as soon as he realized that he was outgunned and that I wasn't turning back, he just took off, and he didn't show broadside, so it was hard to get in those kill shots there. But we're going to take the cap. That means that he will have to come back, and that just means that I'll have to reposition and then, you know, take him by surprise. And this is what makes Hipper so fun to play. These mind games here with destroyers. Now, of course, we do have a mines out there as well. And I forgot to mention, on the red team, I actually have 2 subscribers on my channel, and I recognized them instantly. Or at least I recognized the guy in the Ochakov Adcron. So it's my luck that they decided to split up here, because I wouldn't like to face a mines and an Ochakov. Like, I can, you know, kite my way out of trouble here with the mines. That's okay. Again, Agile Hipper. People who diss this ship, they don't know what they're talking about. This is the best. Wow. I keep saying every cruiser is the best, but this is definitely one of the best, and with an Agile build you can pull off so many unexpected things in this ship here that, yeah, you're just gonna have an excellent time playing this ship with this build here. So the destroyer, he went around, and I'm unspotted now. That's why I haven't been shooting, because I wanted to go unspotted. I just needed that destroyer to go away. See, he was the one spotting me. So I have an idea. Well, I have a pretty good idea that he's gonna come and try to grab the cap from the right, that little opening between the two islands, because I mean that would make sense. So I'm just going to, you know, swing around this island here and switch to HE, and then I'm ready to take care of him. A guest in my cap. And my destroyer, I don't know what he's doing. He's going out and sitting behind an island out in the sea, the only place where he can't spot that Ochakov. It's yeah, who knows. Another thing I want you to notice about this battle here is that this is a 3 of each kind battle, and they are the best, except on my team. We only have 2 cruisers, but it's very close. We have 4 battleships, and 3 of each. That's how the game is supposed to be played, and I really want it to be locked to that. So there's 3 destroyers, 3 battleships, and 3 cruisers in each game. So here's the Benson, and he came in exactly where I expected him to. I don't have my sonar ready. Like he was very fast. So we're just going to try to wing it here. And again, with an Agile Hipper, it's not gonna be much of a problem. So the mines is taking the opportunity here, and there's the torpedoes. So we're just gonna slow down, and then we're gonna fit in right there. We do take 1, but it could be a lot worse than that. And the Benson is down, and the flank is 1. That's what Hippers do. But like I was saying before, 3 of each kind. That's the best way to play this game here. I mean, that's how the game is set up, and that's how it works best. Like 4 battleships in a pinch is okay. Any more than that, 5 or 6, like the game becomes boring, because it's all about who has the biggest guns and who has battleships in the best position, really. Like cruisers always have to hide then, and it creates boring, stale gameplay. Like compared to a battle like this, even if there had been a battleship over on this flank here, I wouldn't really have changed much in my play here, because 1 battleship is manageable. 3 or 4 battleships, not manageable. And it's a shame that everyone plays battleships in the game. I get it, they're big ships, they're the ones everybody know, and they have big guns, and they're not hard to play either. That's probably one of the big things. But really, like, maybe it's time now that the game is 3 years old, that those people who keep playing battleships and filling the queue with battleships perhaps think about, hey, maybe I should play something else. Because I can tell you, every time I get a chance, I am, you know, whining to the community managers page up and page down about how the teams should be locked in a 3-3-3 configuration. It creates more fun battles. And I mean, we're all here to have fun, right? And it's just, you get more tactical options, you get more strategic options. Like, you can actually play your ship the way it's supposed to be played. And it doesn't matter so much that some maps are, you know, pretty much trash. Like Atlantic, for example. If you get 6 battleships on Atlantic, that's just 15 minutes of absolute, total, utter boredom. That, yeah, a 3-3-3 setup would eliminate. And that would actually make Atlantic bearable to play again. And that's certainly not the case right now. And another thing is Wargaming starting to focus on these big, huge open maps. And up at the higher tiers, like they took away Fault Line. And I was just hoping to Citadel Adcron here. But he saw my incoming shells. He knows he knows to take a look, you know, everywhere, just like I do when you play these ships. So I wasn't expecting anything, and I didn't get it. So I can't out DPM the mines. So if I want to defend C, that means I have to stay in there, hide behind an island, and wait for him to get in there so I can torp him. That's not a very good, you know, use of my time, because I still have sonars left, and there's still destroyers to get rid of out here. So that's why I am leaving C and I'm moving towards B. And just in time, because there's someone over here being naughty and capping, and you see the mines is taking me on as I'm trying to get over here. And I really could use a battleship over on my flank to keep this guy in check, but there's not really anything I can do about it at the moment. So we pop the sonar on, and boom, we got the destroyer there. So this is what you do in Hipper. Like, you lock down the caps and you take out those naughty destroyers that think that they're just going to cap and it's not going to be a problem at all. At the same time, you have to make sure you're not getting burned to a crisp by that mines there, because he is just relentless. And I can't really move in, because that means I'm going to have to show broadside to the mines, and I don't want to do that. And I have a battleship here to my right, but he's not really helping a lot. I mean, that mines is just asking to get taken out, and finally something happens. So just some preemptive torps here for the Akizuki, but it looks like he's reversing out, which I don't know why. Why would you do that? Because he's about to cap, and he would probably have been able to if he just stayed behind the cap. I would still sonar him, of course, but I wouldn't be able to hit him. So I have to wait for someone else to hit him. So that's, pretty, weird play. But anyway, I can see my torps are going to get him, so we're just going to take off then. But this is why I didn't stay at the C cap. I mean, we had the C cap until pretty much 10 minutes. That's a lot of tickets for my team, but we don't have to keep it if there's something more important. And of course, the B cap is more important. We cannot lose that cap, because we are ahead on points, but my team is very timid here. So that's why I was a little bit, probably have to make sure we're going to win this battle here. So just trying to reset the mines over here. We don't want him to actually grab that cap if we can, stop it somehow. So if I had stayed over at my original cap after taking it and waiting for that mines to move in, I would probably right now be in like a brawl with the mines, and perhaps both of us would just torp each other, which is very likely. But because I moved over to B, the Reds are now down that final destroyer, and granted, the destroyer didn't really help his team there, because he made a really silly move by reversing out into my torpedoes. But in any case, I would have kept him spotted, and if he was still there, I would just move in like I'm doing now on the other side of the island and then take him out. So in either case, the B cap would never have been theirs. But that's only the case because I'm here, because you can see the two battleships, they are not interested at all in defending the B cap. So these are the things you have to take into account when you're playing cruisers. Like, you are a support ship. See, I don't have a lot of damage in this battle here. But the damage I have done has been very, very important damage. It's been to both destroyers on the red team, or it's actually 3, so 2 out of the 3 destroyers on the red team, and a few citadels on a cruiser. And then other than that, I have just been, just trying to do the best I can in this ship here that, requires a special way of playing. This is not an HE spammer. It's also the reason that I don't put a lot, any, resources into my guns or my reload or anything like that when I play cruisers, because that's not what it's about. It's about playing the objectives, and that's what we're doing in abundance in this match here, and that's what you should do when you play cruisers, especially in domination battles. When we get to capture the base, damage output is a little bit more important. But in domination, you can use the caps, like I have done here, to set up the enemy positioning the way you want it, and then just make the best of it, really. So you don't need that raw damage output, although it's like there's really no difference. If you put a full damage build on a Hipper and a full Agile build, like, the damage rating will go up 2 points or something like that, and the agility rating will go up like nearly 30 points. So in those terms, like a reload damage build on cruisers is just a waste. So anyway, that was Hipper here, one of my favorite ships, and 3000 XP, and we did really well despite being recognized by 2 people on the enemy team. So hope you enjoyed it, and see you out there.